Okay, so Dubin and Warren wrote a lot of songs for those big Busby Berkeley movies during the 30s, during the Depression. Like Gold, this one that I'm doing was originally from Gold Diggers of 35, but there's so many of those movies with the gigantic production numbers. Um, a lot of people nowadays know his music from the Broadway show that was created in the 80s called 42nd Street. There was a movie called 42nd Street in the 30s that had a similar plot, but what they did to make a Broadway version, they took songs from a bunch of these movies, some of the best ones, and made a story and made it work. So Lullaby of Broadway, I'm actually performing it from the score from the Broadway version because I did more than one production of it, I think, in my the last 30 years. But in the Broadway version, the producer of the show was played by Jerry Orbach, who I've featured before because he sang the El Gallo in the Fantastics. He sang the lead in Promises, Promises. He was the original Billy Flynn in Chicago. And then he had a big career on television on, I'm pretty sure it was Law and Order. And then he died not real old, but not real young of cancer. But he had a gorgeous, gorgeous voice. And this was the version that was created for him. And he's trying to tell the girl that's the newcomer in the cast who needs to take over for the star who broke her ankle that they need her, that they need her to say yes to do this show. Now, as I said before, this isn't the way it was in the 1935 Gold Diggers movie, but they made this work in the 42nd Street story. And I stop after two verses because it just goes on with everybody singing and dancing and everything. But you get the idea from what I'm doing. So he says, Julian in the Broadway version says, um, about the people who will get up there and sing them, and the orchestrations will never be heard, and the pleasure it could give millions. Think of Broadway, damn it! Come on along and listen to the lullaby of Broadway. The hip hooray and ballyhoo, the lullaby of Broadway. The rumble of the subway train, the rattle of the taxis, the daffodils who entertain at Angelo's and Maxie's. When the Broadway baby says goodnight, it's early in the morning. Manhattan babies don't sleep tight until the dawn. Good night, baby. Good night, milkman's on his way. Sleep tight, baby. Sleep tight. Let's call it a day. Listen to the lullaby of old Broadway. So then the lead tenor and another cast member try to get her to do it. They're trying to convince her to join, to take the part. Come on along and listen to the lullaby of Broadway. The hip hooray and whoop-dee